twins facing off against each other, Scraps,
Awesome.
that would be incredible. But let's get into it. Map 1, London Docks. I'm sure this series is going to be a thriller. We'll kick things off with the United.
Yeah, London Docks hardpoint. We'll see who can get that early start. Pristini gonna work up these water steps. Couple of nades coming in, just trades back and forth. Pristini, he's just gonna get down. And well, some early control over to United.
And you saw the stats. They joked around, talked about it a little bit on the desk, but yeah, UNILAD, it's been search and destroy for them, and not just in this series. I mean, that was their standout game mode throughout all of Stage 2. So they need to be strong in the search. For United down the stretch, where they were lights out was respawns in general, really, Joe. They were incredible in hardpoint, incredible in CTF. I feel like that's been a storyline for a lot of our series, though, like a strong search team versus a strong respawn team. Who's going to get the better of it?
Well, who's going to win the CTF has really become the story. And
yeah, Wuskin, by the way.
Yeah, Wuskin 5-0. You know, he wants to play his brother, have a run at that.
That'd be incredible. That'd be absolutely incredible.
But he's going to get taken down. Pristini just trying to stay alive. You heard a loud nice from Clay on the main stage. Pristini, though, he's going to get taken down by Alex.
I think one cool thing, too, I saw, Scraps kind of tweeting about it earlier, saying just how watching his brother play is just such an unreal feeling, one of the greatest feelings he has in his life. It's just awesome to see, and maybe they'll be facing off, but they got to get through eUnited first, and eUnited has been one of the hottest teams in the game as of late. Right now, UNILAD enjoying a 7-point advantage to get back into the main street hardpoint. The United crew trying to break in from Cole to Lights, find something around the hard point, but UNILAD keeps holding. A nice start to this main street hard point as they keep United at bay, Joe.
And you got to think for UNILAD, it's pretty tough, right? It's been a long day. I mean, you win your first match, which was the second match of the day against Optic, and then since then you've had to wait, 3 matches.
It was a convincing win, though. They look good.
Right, but it's almost like this is the first match of the new day, right? So you got to get that blood flowing. You got to get the focus back up. For United, you just lost, so it's tough for them where, hey, UNILAD, they're coming off a very hot win against Optic Gaming. We'll see now how they bounce back, but Clay, he had a great series earlier, a couple of solid respawns against Rise, just got cut down late, and well, he's making plays right now.
5 in a row for him. RC's just dropped on a 4 streak. Can Clayster get streaks is the question. Set up inside, but the pressure is coming. 3 players coming forward, just able to get away with his life, and the support is now there from Fellow. Can he pick somebody through the window? Not an easy gunfight against the AR of Wuskin.
Yeah, just trying to stay alive, right? At 625, needs 1 more kill for that glide bomb on a 5 spree. Nobody really getting that many points, but he's gonna get it off the hard point secure. Pristini finds another 3 kills. He's had a solid start. You see, though, watch number 5. That's Zed trying to work his way behind barrel.
Well, it's interesting because he spawns kind of out useless. That number 2 RC spawns out top underground. So the spawn's a little bit favorable for eUnited, but a couple of members from UNILAD kind of sneak through the cracks, and now a chance to make a play unless Pristini can find both. He does just that. A glide bomb comes in. Shawnee obliterated before it even connects, and still some streaks available on Clayster. But now let's look at this push through Cole and underground. Let's hop that number 2. That's going to be RC's, who has a lot to deal with. The flood's coming in. He's already weak. The underground push is there, and this is a break opportunity for UNILAD.
Yeah, we were all so focused on that underground push. Shawnee actually killed Clay as well. So that basically developed a pinch where you spawn the eUnited players out so far away. A great break by UNILAD. Well, eUnited, they get that hill. Maybe they're out to a 60, 70 point lead, plus you have streaks. Could have been so devastating for them, but instead it's UNILAD starting it this time.
Well, I think you had eyes towards top mid and kind of water side, but the only person really back there to deal with that push was Arcedes. Yeah. He had no help. He had the decision to make and wasn't able to make the play. So instead of a lot of time for United, like you stated, UNILAD starting to ramp things up. Wuskin is 14-8 right now on a 3 streak. Let's see if he can keep this going. But the contest is here for eUnited. So now we've gotten a couple hard points into this and the game really tight. Anything that's kind of stood out for you thus far?
I think the big thing for me looking at UNILAD is Zed and Alex. They haven't had that hot start that we saw against Optic. It was really those two who propelled them over that Optic Gaming team. Plus Pristini, you've seen him on a lot of different sprees. Right now he's on a 5 spree. He's very close to streaks. Fellow finding a couple of kills. Just needs 1 more. Are they going to expect him there in that corner? He does. His brother does. Thankfully, well, he wouldn't have got streaks. Now he's on a glide bomb trying to find the rest. He's able to do so.
So Clayster's already picked up streaks. Pristini now has some streaks. He'll get cut down, but the damage has been done. Clay stops shooting top middle and gets punished for it, but his teammates trying to hold off inside the hard point. It's Zed that breaks in for the time being. He's got multiple teammates inside a fire, but the back spawn continues to come in for eUnited, and Pristini finds another 2 kills that might open up this hard point. Zed just still tucked away. Not an easy gunfight really for either side of this one. All the help is there. Zed, I know he gets in a gunfight or two, but his teammates pick up all the kills.
Yeah, so as we go on a statue, a pretty low scoring London Dosh, just thinking about all the different hills where you can get a lot of time.
2 minutes off the play clock so far.
Yeah, I mean, what that is accounted for is really that lower Dosh hill, that lower tin. It was pretty much contested for the entire time. Barrel, they split it back and forth. So 2 of those money hills really didn't go either way.
Let's see what eUnited can do the second set of rotations. Kicking it back off in statue. The Twins finding all the kills up top. Pristini and Arcee's making the plays. There's one more player water side. That's going to be Shawnee, who has a chance to get them out of the hard point. He does just that. So that's some valuable time. They clear eUnited out. Allows them to get set up mid. They also have a presence over towards Main Street when you're thinking about Cole and kind of a push through underground.
Yeah, Weston kept up his performance. He's at 19 and 14. But yeah, you see Alex trying to lock this down, playing underground, able to find Fellow. An easy kill for him. Shawnee able to find one, so now UNILAD focused on this Main Street hill. Looks like eUnited going to try to attack it from that top side. You're going to have Shawnee and Alex here. What can they find? You know, you always want that entry kill. And watch number 4. That's Felony. Might be come behind Alex. That's going to be a big one. He actually wins it. So that's going to allow those spawns that you just see. Allows eUnited to get a lot of pressure on this Main Street hill. And hell, if that doesn't work, you have a ton of streaks.
Yeah, they haven't invested them yet. Now they're spawning out far. That's exactly where UNILAD want them. Spawning out water side with 50 seconds still remaining on this hard point. But like you said, the power of those streaks. Artillery comes in, clears them out. So it doesn't matter. You can appreciate all the map control on Main Street, but if you're not able to get time at the hard point,
spawned.
Wow, the useless spawn now in for eUnited. They can get into the hard point. And well, that's the power of streaks.
Yep, so a great job by eUnited. They said, you know what, we'll give this one shot if we spawn out. We'll throw down this artillery, and then I think UNILAD just got a little far too pushed out. You know, it typically doesn't happen where you don't have someone on the hill or near the hill, but due to the unique situation, that back spawn opened up, and I mean, eUnited just spawned up.
Yeah, I think the artillery just kind of forced
30
that.
seconds. Thank you very much.
Glide bomb in, actually picks up Alex inside a fire. Now this is the big push. The first one where you're able to hit from multiple sides usually is the one you see success in. Otherwise, a lot of times you end up kind of clumped up on one side of the map and can't really have that 2 or 3 pronged attack. The push about to come in. Fellow is trying to make the play, but look at Zed. Zed tucked away in the corner. Clayster already picks him up. Now the collapse is on. Wow, what a sweep there from eUnited with 40 seconds left on Warehouse. They're in.
Look at Pristini right now.
Having a map, buddy.
30 and 18, and I feel like every time I look at that kill feed, it's not just 1, it's 2 at a time. Those kills that are supposed to be traded aren't being traded by UNILAD, and Pristini is just going off. Now, the good thing for UNILAD, it's still only a 30-point game, but you have even potentially more streaks here for Pristini. Not going to get a big gunfight win by Zed.
So just 1 streak, I think, remaining on that eUnited side. With a bit of time left, UNILAD does get in. I remember last time they were able to swarm kind of underground and Cole and put Arcee's in a tough position. This time it's going to be Clayster set up. There's only 1 player that pushes through, and he's up to the task. So a much more comfortable start to this barrel building for eUnited this time around.
Yeah, but the UNILAD pressure is here.
Yeah.
I mean, Fellow's not going to be able to deal with the contest. He's going to find Zed underground, just pre-fires because he's stunned up. Shawnee, though, there for that trade play. Able to find 2. Not having the best game, but he's having a big moment right now. And then Pristini able to find that 1 versus 1, and then he just goes. He gets so far pushed out. He's just trying to be annoying, just be a thorn in the side of UNILAD, and he does just that. That allows Fellow to push up. A great job, but 1 actually slips through, and that's Zed.
So Zed getting time in the hard point despite the fact that he's swarmed by eUnited players. Eventually he's going to back out to the front and wait for some reinforcements to come in. They've done a good job contesting, and still, like you mentioned, keep an eye on this play clock throughout. There's a minute 40,
yeah.
More than likely not going to go to that, but due to how much contest there was through that first set of rotations, it could get interesting down the stretch. Clayster thought about it. Now he's going to call it in.
And 1 player does spawn behind him as well. That's Alex. So they're going to try and find the kills. Now Weskin, he's going to go down Shawnee. He's going to stay alive. Clay, though, does get shot in the back, but it doesn't matter. His team pushed up through fire. A good break from eUnited.
What's better than that? You drop during it, and you spawn right up at useless. That's perfect, because now he can hold any kind of push through fire or overextension kind of on that Main Street side, but it's Arcee's getting it done. Him and Pristini, a dynamic duo right now. 27 and 23 for Arcee's. Pristini, 38 and 21. Pristini on hot mic talked about his shots there. The confidence is there. The team's playing better than they ever had. Oh, you see it on the scoreboard. Pristini is destroying UNILAD right now.
I've said it a lot of times, even going back to last year. I felt this team can go
More
as far
streaks, man.
Can go as far as the Twins. If the Twins play at a high level, that we saw multiple times throughout last year's competitions, a shot like that, this team can do big things, but it's not always there. They flip-flop sometimes, but so far so good throughout this map number 1.
A big lead right now, and still streaks to work with for eUnited. Now, again, the respawns is going to be something that eUnited is going to be favored in based on their matchup and just based on the overall stats from stage 2. So not shocked to see this, but don't count UNILAD out yet. eUnited still need 30 points in this, and you might get some streaks on Wuskin. Maybe that's what they need, because if you look at one thing that's been really lopsided, the streaks stand out absolutely, right? I mean, that's the single biggest thing to me. I know the slang's there, but the slang hurts even more when you're getting streaks behind it.
I was going to say, the fact that it's only a 70-point game, you're thinking it's all right if you're UNILAD, just because of all the streaks. Wuskin, he's going to find another kill. I mean, he's had a great game, but you just needed more from the rest of the guys. But UNILAD's still getting some time, that artillery, so you don't have to deal with that anymore. But Clay goes down a flank, finds 2. Can he find any more? Just jumps to the hill. He wants to finish this game right here. But he's going to get taken down. Yeah, we're going to have another main street.
Wuskin wants no part of it. Was able to get to those water steps and find a couple of kills. Now the one streak you burned is that glide bomb. Well, that doesn't even make it to the map before it explodes, so it's not going to connect with anything. 60 seconds now remaining on the play clock. 21 points needed here for eUnited. Another streak in from the eUnited side. They just keep coming through. 2 more kills. Fellow falls it up, pre-fires the edge, but somehow Shotty still gets the edge and it hasn't been traded out yet.
I imagine UNILAD is probably like, when the hell did we give up all of these streaks? Because it just has not stopped. Another artillery is down. Zed's gonna get stuck in the face, and then he's gonna lose that gunfight. eUnited. Wow, it's not too crazy. They're gonna close it out right here, and what a show from them in map number 1.
Map 1 to eUnited. Pristini went on a tear throughout that game 1, and yeah, I mean, what stands out is just the streaks. It felt like from like the midway point of that game on, a 30-second stretch wouldn't go by without a streak. Just continuously coming in. And that's got to be so frustrating to play against. You know, if there weren't the streaks in it, if the slang advantage was as it was, you still think maybe UNILAD could have made a run, but the streaks just put him out of it.
Yeah, it was just a slang. I mean, for Wuskin, it was A-okay. You had a solid performance from him, but the 2 superstars are, superstars, right? Up-and-coming stars in Zed and Alex just didn't perform as well as they did in those hard points that we saw earlier.
Someone can go plus 10 to 15. It's not the end of the world, but when that's coming behind this, it's like 6 to 7 kills in a row, time and time again, and you're getting streaks over and over again. I mean, we saw, 6 or 7 streaks from, Clay, from RC's, from Pristini a couple times, I think. Like, it was just happening in flurries, and when it happens in flurries, when you can't shut down that guy getting streaks, that's what the second half of the game looks like.
Yeah, Pristini had such a great game 1, and eUnited, yeah, I mean, that's their map. I'm pretty sure they're like 10-4 around there in this one.
They've been very good.
They have a ton of reps for UNILAD. They have a ton of reps. I think they were like 6-8 from stage 2 in Anaheim, so they played a lot, but you could see that it was definitely favored for United.
Well, a big performance from eUnited in map 1, but again, they're favored in the respawns. Really, this game 2 is huge. Can eUnited take it, or will UNILAD bring this back and tie it up 1-1? But before the series, I believe it was Fellow. Jess had a chance to talk with him from eUnited.
That's right, Clint. Yeah, I spoke with a fellow, and he said, well, no match in the Pro League here at the playoffs is going to be easy, but he did say he thinks that they can take this one 3-1 or 3-0 if they do what they need to do and if they play the way they need to. He spoke a little bit about the loss to Rise earlier, said, yeah, that was a tough match, but we try not to let it affect us. And, you know, just like all the teams say after a loss, they're trying to put it into their short-term memory, trying to not focus too much on those mistakes. And he said, besides, the maps that we played earlier that we lost on, we're not playing those maps here in this series, so we're just going to forget about them for now, and then later on kind of go back over those VODs and figure out where we went wrong. Over on the side of UNILAD, I know Wuskin is really hoping for this win, partially because, you know, that way he'd be able to face off against his brother. And he said that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to see that, so that's why this game is so big. So very eager to see how the rest of the series goes. Ben, Clint, back over to you.
Thank you so much. So I called you Jack once, now you're Ben. Buddy, you know, you're just so talented that you are the best part of all the casters.
What is going on?
Map 1, though, to eUnited, and then let's take a look at the rest of it. So Fellow did mention, you know, they had played some maps that maybe...
Jess came over and apologized. It's okay.
That's so funny. But look at the maps, what he mentioned, that, you know, they played them on some maps. They're playing on different maps than they lost the last time through. So that might be what's interesting here. But yeah, I totally agree. Like I don't have a horse in this race. I'm not like worried who wins. I just want great series. But I don't think that I've ever been as excited for like a potential EU matchup just because of the Twins. Like just the thought of that's got me excited.
I'm sure Europe wants to see it as well, but the bad part about it is then they're going to end up knocking each other out. But it is what it is.
I don't hate that part. I love that part of it too, though.
They're both in losers, so we'll see. But United looked comfortable in game one. Yeah, you're definitely looking at this search and destroy.
So let's take a look at the St. Marie here. All right, so St. Marie. Oh, God. This is going to be... Oh, this is the stats from yesterday. That actually does not help me out that much. Well, never mind.
What? It was just... It's not like they played 10 maps.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. No, just the matchups weren't there. I was looking at the wrong one.
Oh.
All right, so let me see. United 8-3 in search, and then that was a really good one for UNILAD as well. UNILAD 9-3. That's as of yesterday, but in this particular matchup, remember, it's the searches that UNILAD's really had the edge.
Yeah, but they've been in their wheelhouse, 3-0 against United.
Well, I think United played Rise in this map. Remember when United played Rise? And I said during the Pro League, I was like, I really want to see UNILAD play this particular map because they've been running over people.
I don't remember that, but
I did, Joe. I did.
Yeah, my name's Ben. All right, here we go.
Sorry, Ben.
So we have a 4 versus 4 retake, 37 seconds left. The nades come in from United. Here comes a push. Fellow and Pristini. Well, you're going to run into that, but nice trade. But Alex is there as well. Zed going to find one. Can he find the second? He can. That's easy peasy for UNILAD. As long as they get that first blood, you're feeling good.
We'll really have to keep an eye kind of on the changes of the opening strategies from these teams over the course of the game. I know the one thing for United that stood out when they were getting wins here was Fellow with those late flanks, the sniper from Clayster at times, absolutely connecting. And UNILAD, I mean, really, it's just been this map in Texas that they've been kind of lights out.
But they always need to play it.
They get one, right? Well, Zed, 2 kills to open it up. We'll take a look at the break. Look how fast Zed hitting towards A. Alex has already got the top right.
On the other side of the map as well. You had Arsenal throw a smoke, and Shawnee, he's going to get caught off. So Zed stopped his flank a little bit. It was a little bit shorter just due to that fake that Arsenal was throwing towards that other site. So a good job by United. Just slow them down on the other side of the map. Don't allow those fast flanks to come through. Now you have a 4 versus 2 setup.
Well, the last round, it was early kills from UNILAD. This time, United goes into a 4v2 position in the opening seconds. Wuskin has connected for 1, but there's only 20 seconds remaining. If they're going to take a crack at this, they've got to go now. They're worried about one on the flank, but they've all 3 stacked inside of the site. And you can see they're so worried about somebody being kind of ammo or back ammo. And now nothing you can do whatsoever.
Maybe they're trying to get somebody kills, not give up kills, but yeah. There's just not enough time left. The bomb will blow up. So that's going to be some points for Pristini, but he's only 1-1.
Still, I mean, 1-1, but with the plant plus the explosion, he's, what, 400 out of 700,
yep.
I think, already to those streaks. So some nice progress for him 2 rounds in, considering it's just the 1 kill on the board. I'm curious to see if there's any change, maybe defensively, from United. Nades out. They connect.
Yeah,
they both connect. The kill comes in. Pristini pushes out and finds another kill. Now, Arsenes knows he's behind bomb, but for now, he's going to play his life. Maybe worried about a second player. Doesn't push it. And obviously, that gunfight's not an easy one to take regardless.
Yeah, talk about that decision-making from Shawnee. He just goes for the plant right away. You have a 2v3. The playmaker in all of this is going to be Wuskin. He has Mountain on. He's going to flank 1. He's got to go, though. All right, now you have a 2 versus 2. You can both watch one side. That's going to be the play. So smoke goes down. Nade out. Wuskin able to find that with a nade. Now a 1 versus 1. Shawnee trying to stay alive on the bomb. Arsenes, 23 seconds to work with. This is such a tough gunfight, but it's not impossible. Who's going to come out on top? Both these players peeking back and forth. Shawnee able to win it.
That was perfect. I feel like almost every time Arcene's trying to get shots in, he crouched behind cover. He barely takes, I don't even think he takes damage in this, just toying with Arsenes.
So every time he went down, like he dodged his bullets. Every time he went up, he hit his bullets.
Yeah, that was perfect.
But again, it was all on Wuskin. Wuskin was playing that late flank through middle restaurant. I mean, United had everybody on each side. They thought they had him done, but it was Wuskin who made the play with Mountain.
2-1 edge now for UNILAD. Clayster, now he's going to bring out the snipe. Can he hit it? Did he see Zed cross? He's going to hold top.
He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he's worried about that push through, so immediately he repositions.
I don't think he saw Zed. Yeah, so Zed's going to get through, and well, he's going to find 2 an easy
I thought he got eyes on Zed for sure at that mid-cut. Apparently not, so everything falls apart as Zed makes the play. Now, Shawnee also has 3 kills in a row in this, but it's going to be on Clayster to try and clutch. Obviously, just a sniper. Well, no, he did get the PPS-8, so he has a PPS-8 to work with as well. Makes it a little bit more manageable, but still a 1 versus 3. Airborne class, so he's just taking his time.
You like what UNILAD's doing, just all sticking together. Shawnee's going to get to a good spot, just crouch behind the bomb, not give him anything. Well, this is great if Shawnee gets a kill. But he's getting spotted. Shawnee, though, posts out, able to get it. What? He's at 4 in a row now?
4 in a row now, yeah. Finds the final kill, had the clutch in the previous round. We'll see it from Shawnee's POV, but gets it done easily there. And that, I thought when Clay first got top, I thought he just got there as Zed was crossing, but by how that went, and then when he backed down from there, I thought he was backing down because he was worried about Zed getting through, but based on the way it went, I don't know if he saw him.
I don't think he did. I mean, he obviously
I would assume not, but it's tough to tell sometimes those quick moments, like with X-Ray, like if he actually saw him or maybe we just got a glimmer of him, but 3-1 now for UNILAD. This time it's going to be an A hit. Playing at the back will be Clayster. He'll be that number 5 that we have highlighted on the minimap. They double nade in to A, but the bomb plant not through yet. Smoke still up, so Arcees has no vision. They're trying to swarm Clay at the back.
Clay's trying to do his best to stay alive, but yeah, they're going to go for the bomb plant now. Weston able to find a kill on Arcees. There is a flank through number 7. That's Pristini. But a 4 versus 2 plus Shawnee. He's just going to call this in. You know what? He's going to finish the round. Actually, it's still a 2v1. Fellow is somehow still alive. Oh my gosh.
That
he needed one more bullet.
I was trying to follow the action as that glide bomb was up, and I was like, who is dropped at this point? But he can't hit the pistol shots.
So Shawnee, I wonder how much he has or how much he got. He obviously got the glide bomb, but I think Pristini got through and killed him.
Well, yeah, because you saw that for a second. So Wuskin got a kill kind of from top winery, and Pristini, instead of trying to hunt him down with the time that was on the clock, he just goes ahead and instantly flanks. They don't expect that. You probably think Wuskin has eyes on that push through and through mid-street, so he gets to a position and disrupts it, but unfortunately, right when he gets there, the glide bomb, it's coming in. He tries to hop out, and we'll see. Nothing else comes in, so just that glide bomb we saw invested, but you have a 4-1 advantage, so not the end of the world.
Yep, United, back to this B site. Some solid nades out of UNILAD, but it doesn't find a kill. Zed once again working the flanking. Clayster's right here. Zed, though, gonna spot him. That's an easy one, but he does get traded, so now a 3v3. Here comes UNILAD, but Pristini able to find Shawnee.
This is a must-win round for UNIted. They've got to take this and start crawling back into it. The deficit has continued to grow. Alex gets a pick, but instantly traded. Now it's all on Wuskin.
The problem is he's pretty separated from his teammate right now. Fellow trying to get up to him, but he's able to back down Wuskin. Here comes the second angle. United going to win the round.
Yeah, I mean, he basically had to take that first one-on-one, win it, and give himself a chance. Unfortunately, it was Arcees that got in the first couple of shots. He backs down. The help comes in from Fellow, and once this gets here, no real chance in the round for Wuskin. But that's a big one. Now you're down 2 rounds instead of looking at a 1-5 scoreline.
I feel like you have to win a defense because UNILAD has been rolling on it.
Yeah, but so far this is kind of looking like you'd expect the series to look. Nice hard point out of United. UNILAD looking solid in the search.
We'll see. What did UNILAD go to? They just hit A. So you see a lot of A pressure right now. United don't want that same shot to come out. Shawnee, though, gets picked. But Wuskin there with a trade. And UNILAD knows. Look at this. They're going to go right to B. Are they going to go in? Yep, there they go. They're going to spot nothing. And they know they have a free bomb plant. This is what I love about UNILAD. They'll just take the plant over and over again.
No hesitation. Get in, get it down. Now, how do they play it from this post position?
Plus, they have a smoke as well.
Zed gets a little bit of information in the back, spots one of the mountain players. There is the flank coming through now. It's going to be on Fellow. Can Fellow make the play? They're going to wait at the front as he tries to find an opening in the back. Under 30 seconds to go, though. He's got to make the play. Grenade in. He spots him. Now he's the last one up. He's able to take this gunfight, but everybody else falls apart on the other side. the pinch gets shut down.
Yeah, he had a shot on the player on the bomb, but he decided to throw a nade, and he didn't spot Wuskin. Wuskin was just playing right outside of ammo. I mean, there was an opportunity for him to have a 1v1 versus Wuskin, and then things sort of go in their favor in that 3v2, but he had no idea. He's probably thinking they're all on the bomb side. He was looking around there for, you know, a good 30 seconds.
Yeah, honestly, even if he kills Wuskin, I think the other two teammates basically died at the same time, so he still would have been in a tough spot. They needed to get at least one on the other end. So now one more round needed for UNILAD to tie this series up at 1 apiece. We'll see if United can bring it back now on offense. Fellow has found 3 kills in a row, but need more than that to beat UNILAD on St. Marie.
Zed does spot one crossing. That was Fellow. Smoke goes down. Shawnee trying to reposition here a little bit. There is Pristini at sandbags, and Zed just flies on out. You love that, but there's a trade. So now a 3v3. Bomb down, but Fellow is very far pushed up. Stun goes out, and it's going to hit him. This is a big 1v1. Wuskin able to take it. Throws a nade as well. Knows the trade could be here by Arcades, but don't worry. Alex is here, and now a 1v3 for Clay.
He just has to keep them off this bomb for 25 seconds. He spots one. He spots two. The grenade is in. Did he do enough damage? Did he do enough damage?
Nope.
He didn't. He can't finish it. The second clip is empty, and UNILAD take it in convincing fashion in the search and destroy. That'll tie it up, but that looked methodical, man. It was comfortable for UNILAD throughout.
That's why it's one of their best search and destroys, right? It's their go-to. But I guess for United, you win map number 1, right? So it's just 1-1. If you do go to game 5 search and destroy, it's one of your better ones. It's a little bit more comfortable for you. Where on the side of UNILAD, we know it's St. Marie, Texas. They don't have much else in their arsenal.
Well, a lot of times, you know, we talk about a strong hardpoint team versus a strong search and destroy team. It's that game 3, the CTF, that can ultimately decide it. We'll be heading to that next with the series tied 1-1. Who will get the edge, eUnited or UNILAD? We'll be right back after this quick break. Here we go, right into the CTF. The series tied up 1-1. Both teams playing for a date with Red Reserve tomorrow. Will we see eUnited Red? Will we see Scraps versus Wuskin? We'll have to find out in what's remaining of this best of 5. The CTF now on Arden Forest. There's some early pressure inside a bunker from UNILAD. It's Zed that's trying to make a play. He does win a gunfight. Shawnee's able to help on the outside as well.
Missed the flag. He missed it. No, you saw Zed go for it and have to turn around. He missed the pull.
Is that cost him a score there?
That hit very well could, but we still have the flag out. Alex is able to get it, but I don't know if they're going to expect RC's right behind him. There's 1 kill. The second one comes in. That's 2 dead. Make it 3. And here comes the counter push. Never mind. Zed able to get that kill. Finally, the return comes in.
Zed does get a couple of kills, so remaining active on the map right now until Felony is there for the trade. Felony gets set up at Woodwall. Is everyone kind of coming off the spawn from UNILAD? The entire presence of eUnited right now is towards no man's land. Nothing mid-map, nothing towards Ruin whatsoever. So you're seeing RC's wrap all the way back as they're worried about an overextension or any kind of pressure kind of off the spawn from UNILAD.
Yeah, just trying to lock him in. They're going to start over here towards cabin. But one thing is Alex snuck through. You see number 5. We have him highlighted.
What's I'm saying? There was no vision mid-map or Ruin whatsoever.
All right, UNILAD just need to get kills right now. This is it. This is an opportunity for them. Pristini, he's going to go down. Now Alex is going to go get that pull. Shawnee finds another one, and here we go. It's just RC's in the middle of the map. If he goes down, this could be it. Shawnee's going to find him. He finds Fellow as well. And there we go. They find an opening, and UNILAD should be able to hit this first flag on home.
Fantastic stuff from UNILAD, and I mean, it looks so odd on the minimap. There was just no presence anywhere outside of no man's for United. Like, obviously, they were trying to make sure they got that return. It was a crazy moment, but as they wrap back, Arcades has no angle on that mid cut into that fire alley. So
I thought he was gonna back up and go into that, but he actually turned around for a second and then went through cabin cut. So just some bad timing, but sometimes that's all it takes in a game mode like CTF.
I think bad timing and good execution from UNILAD. They're considering where the stack was from United.
But the United are here. They find a couple of kills, make it all 4. Fellow, he's going to pull this. He has the help from Clay. Clay going to get the cuts here at Cabin Alley. If he's able to find this, should be home free, but Zed snaps on
Does
Clay.
the stun hit? Doesn't connect.
Doesn't hit, but this will allow his team to put some pressure on the middle of the map. This is the tough part. How do you get across? Trying to dive on through, able to do so. All right, all tied up at 1-1.
Fantastic score coming in for eUnited to tie this one up. Now they need to get it done on defense. Multiple players dropping. He gets some shots in. This one-on-one is big. Clayster able to get the kill. So no action around the objective of eUnited, at least for the time being.
Clay having a tough gunfight with Shawnee. Shawnee, he's got the bar, so it's even tough for him. But he's just locking down cabin wall. Arcades and his brother Pristini pushing up towards that Ruin side. They find a couple of kills. Wuskin, he's towards cabin, but they just go. They say, screw it. They're trying to get it out, but Zed is there. But can they keep it going? Arcades is going to challenge, but he's going to get shut down.
Last guy is Clayster. He drops as well, and now UNILAD can get rolling outside of the base. I think he just spotted Felony right before he got into you. Stun comes in, kill follows it up. There's one more mid-map, and Pristini, he gets both kills. So what looked like a lane could be opening for UNILAD for just a moment gets shut down. But what a big score that was from eUnited, because UNILAD, if they keep the pressure going, you're playing maybe from the more preferred side of the map, you value caps more from eUnited's side.
Yeah, absolutely. And you sort of stop the momentum that UNILAD has from that search and destroy. They're feeling comfortable. Zed able to flank onto Pristini. You do have a couple players over here by cabin. You have Clayster trying to work the middle of the map, but yeah, Zed, you're not going to want to go that way. You're not going to want to go that way. Now, Fellow's just going for it. I like how aggressive Pristini and Fellow are playing, though. Like, as soon as they win a gunfight, they're just trying to push an opening. They're trying to put that pressure on. Same thing with Alex and Zed. Pristini, though, going to spot Alex. He's going to have Shawnee starting to work up towards these ruins. Almost snaps onto him. Remember how good of a game Pristini had on that London Dosh hardpoint. So could be another opportunity here for him to turn up.
Trading kills inside of ruins right now. Clayster gets set up top. He knows he has to wrap back because the push is now coming into bunker. Pristini, though, deals with it magically. Peeks the window, gets both kills. And the final second of the first half will tick away. So Some big plays on defense from eUnited just to keep them in it. Obviously, the one big cap and answer to what you saw from eUnited early on.
Yeah, it was just really a lot of pressure early on from UNILAD. They had a couple of opportunities, but eUnited had some good defensive stands. And then towards that second half, you saw that eUnited put the pressure on them. Really, it was Fellow and Pristini just trying to find openings, put a couple of big plays, a couple of returns, has us tied at 1.
So now eUnited is going to be pushing bunker. You'd say they have the edge going into this second half, and well, they find a couple of opening kills. Thankfully for UNILAD, Wuskin at least able to make a play. Shawnee wins the one-on-one in Cave. But starting to lurk his way up mid-map is Arcity. So Arcety's actually guns the second one right after that, so he gets both of those kills. That really puts UNILAD in the back foot early. Felony now involved in the action. Here they go. Felly hitting from the outside, not able to pick it up, but the trade should be there. No, Alex actually gets both kills. Pristini now has to worry about both sides. Pre-firing inside. Alex kills all 3 in a scary moment for UNILAD. And now on the other end, though, Zed's able to get the touch. He gets away, repeats the challenge. His fellow's gone. This could be another score for UNILAD, but see at number 4. Yep. That's going to be Clayster who has a chance. RC's get picked up mid. Do they know one got through? Wuskin's got to have an idea. If he didn't, he sure as hell does now. A big one-on-one. Clay gets him weak. Wuskin has to back down. Can Clay get out of there is the question. The help is there at mid-map.
Yeah, he's just trying to get out. I think he does have the help as well. Alex, though, is going to find a kill. Shawnee with another one, so Clay is not safe. RC's did just spawn, so has his help, and here comes Shawnee. Shawnee has a one-on-one. Is he able to win it?
Clay
goes big.
And I think, you know, even if he doesn't win that, a couple players are spawning. More than likely, they're able to trade it. But Clay getting kills with the flag is big, right? Because he's got an opportunity to get streaks. You can see he's playing with it all the way up at this wood wall.
He's got to be careful. Yep, Wuskin's starting to push up, but there you go.
Pays off.
And that's what they're going right away. They're going for it. A couple of kills go in. He's going to find Zed. They know one's in bunker. This is their chance. They're able to do it.
They spawn, two actually spawn. Can they make the play? Alex has got to get a dub, and Fellow's in the back. Fellow with both kills. The return is there. The score is there. The relay is on. Fellow got it in his hand. The overextension coming in ruins, and Clayster's going to invest another streak. eUnited with a chance to take over the game, and they're doing just that. 2 drop to the fighter pilot. The presence here from Pristini, and that is going to be a 3rd cap. What a sequence from eUnited.
Yeah, just a great play by Clay. He's on a 7 spree right now, starting to take over this game. But as you said, gets a couple of kills with that flag. What does that turn into? A glide bomb. As soon as they get in map control, they go. And we always talk about stalemates and why they're so scary. The reason is, as soon as you get the return, you're more than likely in your enemy's base. You just go. You get that relay. Wonderful job done by eUnited.
It's funny because I said, like, you know, even if Clayster lost the gunfight, not the end of the world, someone else would have picked it up. But the fact he gets it and then another one in the streak, all of that happens as a result. What a fantastic play. Well, group of plays really from Clayster and the eUnited side. But now the purple wave coming forward as UNILAD is now here. Flag touch comes in. Zed able to get it in hand, and RC is going to drop at the same time. This is good. All the streaks have really been used for the most part to try and get those through. The only one remaining is the artillery.
Oh, he's not going to do it.
He's going through. He's just going right on through. Somehow he gets in, and now it's a 1-cap game. I can't remember the last time I saw 3 scores in like a 90-second span on Arden Forest.
Yeah, Alex, though, the counter opportunity is here from eUnited. He's holding this left side, gonna bounce on out, try to wait for his nades, but 2 go down. Here comes eUnited.
Is this London Docks?
Zed now the last player alive. He spotted Pristini, but can he get through? No, it doesn't look like it. A great counter by eUnited.
What is this?
It's playoff!
Oh, I love it. The damage done by UNILAD, but eUnited quickly answer. There's another one here. The overextension is going to come in through ruins, but Felony ready and waiting. And Felony actually has a chance to get some streaks in this as well. Pristini stopped shooting and almost got world starred for a moment. The streaks don't come in. The flag gets touched for UNILAD. This is kind of the game. This is the game. UNILAD have to win this quickly, get this score in, and then look for another.
Shawnee is in a good position. He's going to sneak on through. Does Pristini know he's there? No?
He didn't get spotted. There's someone holding it.
Someone's holding it.
Someone holding it. Yep.
You always watch ice. Always. Rule number 1. But look, the flag has stayed up. Clay's going to gun him down because they had to. They had to put the pressure on. Another player's going to pick it up. That said, Zed able to win one and wins a second. He gets a return. He actually got the return.
My God.
But watch number 2. Pristini in a really good spot. What a play by Zed. But now it's on Pristini to win this game, and he's going to do it. There's the re.
The play is made. Woo! The flag is secured. UNILAD able to grab
Hold
another
on.
one, but just
Okay.
not a lot of time to work with. There's the clear. And this has been a wild game 3, Joe.
Yeah, we have time to breathe now. About 10 seconds.
I just felt like there was someone would score, another touch would come in. Someone would score. There were like 3 different rally opportunities through that. But when it's all said and done, it's a 4-2 victory for eUnited, and they now control the series.
And we're going to a hard point. We saw earlier, UNILAD versus eUnited. eUnited dominates those respawns. And I mean, yeah, CTF has just been so important throughout this event. I mean, even Chance kind of talked about it pre-event, before the event started. He's like, because how many teams are so good at hardpoint, how many teams are so good at search and destroy, that swing game, well, it's going to be crazy.
That's why eUnited. I'm pulling up a stat real quick, just from I've got a bunch of them from doing hot mic and stuff. Where was the one overall? Oh God, I think was it like 19-5 or something like that, the final 2 weeks eUnited was, and just overall respawn. So they weren't, I can't remember. No, I can't remember exactly what it was, but like they weren't, we've talked about a lot of dominant hardpoint teams, but they were dominant in both. Like hardpoint and CTF, they were lights out. So they get it there. I mean, the question has been, can UNILAD get a respawn? If they get that and push it to this game, they have to get it to game 5. They got to get it there. That's where they've been strong. The only problem is you already got your good map in St. Marie. You aren't going to get Texas in there as well. So you've got to take it on a map that you haven't. I mean, they're a good search team overall. Don't get me wrong, but
it's not their specialty.
Yes, they have 2 really good maps, and that's where they've been solid throughout. But they got to get there first.
Yeah, eUnited, great CTF game. Got a little chaotic there. Zed almost making a play.
Yeah,
very chaotic. Zed almost making a play. Clayster again with that stalemate. It really just comes down to that. But we're headed to an Arden Forest hardpoint. Let's see.
And you love that too. I mean, not only does he get the kill, but then he pushes up the wood wall, knows how important the next kill is to get that streak, immediately invested. The score and the rally come through.
Now this is a very good hard point for UNILAD. They are 5-2 on this hard point. On the side of eUnited, they're 4-5.
Is that the only hard point they have at winning? I wouldn't be surprised. 6-8 on Doc. Oh, so Valk, they're solid as well. Okay, but not really a winning record on Doc, St. Marie, or Jibby. So,
but we've seen what guys like Arcees and Clayster can do. We just saw it yesterday. When they go on those massive streaks, can just take over games on Arden Forest.
Who do you favor here? Is it just got to be United just based on the recent hard points?
Yeah, I think so. I just think it does. I mean, UNILAD, a very solid team. Like if this was a Valkyrie, I'd probably give it to UNILAD, but just because it's Forest. I mean, you need guys like Alex and Zed with those subs, maybe to step on up. Even Weskin, I believe Weskin was like 10-21, did not have the best CTF last map. You know, he's going to be your main AR. You need him to be that guy.
Rising to the competition, Arcees has a 1.2 KD versus playoff teams in hardpoint. That's quite strong. So the harder the competition in hardpoint, the better Arcees seems to get. You know, that's been the story for United, though, right?
Just the best 8 teams in the world. It's fine.
United throughout stage 2, they beat the tough teams. That's what they were able to do most of the time. So let's get into it. Game 4, can eUnited close out the series for a date with Red Reserve tomorrow, or can UNILAD bring it back and push it to a Game 5? Arcees dealing with that fast, aggressive play from Zed almost immediately in this round, but he's able to do it. Picks off a Weskin as well. That's 3 kills through for eUnited, and that's going to allow them to secure some time inside a cave.
Yeah, and to have this set up, Arcees going to peek his alley, able to do so, but Zed, nice shots by him. Now it's his turn to control middle of the map, but yeah, you talked about it. eUnited in control. Pristini just goes to the smoke, finally able to get that kill, but Fellow goes down on the hill. So UNILAD's going to jump on it. Here comes that pinch shot of Zed, but Arcees is aware. They're just trading back and forth, and Clay gets through with a pistol.
Okay.
All right, we're going to rotate.
Gets the kill, gets the time, and the rotations. And really, the only person is going to be Fellow inside of you. He does pick up a kill, but instantly traded as the swarm came in from UNILAD. They'll get set up for next, but what a fantastic opening hardpoint. You're going to get nearly 40 points on the board for eUnited in Cave.
We do have Shawnee top ruins. He's the only player over here right now, though. He's going to spot Fellow. Nice shots onto him. Just goes back to prone, just trying to stay alive. Knows he could have pressure you, and he does. It's Pristini there, but Zed picks it up. Shawnee does get taken out of the hill. You'll take this, though. If you're eUnited, you got 40 points. They're able to break on in. Arcees and Fellow find some kills. Smokes go down. Arcees now pushing up you. Able to find one on the Shawnee. Zed, though, was just around that corner. Yeah, he's going to catch him off guard. But still, as we said, when you have such a strong start, that team needs to be able to hold ruins, and UNILAD, until this point, have not been able to do so.
Christini worrying about the setup for bunker as well, just pushing the whole way through on the flank, finding kill after kill. 2 get cut down. The focus will have to shift to the back. He should find a 3rd. Shots on point. That's 3 for him. Now, despite the fact he pushed through, the bunker side spawn still does come in for UNILAD. So Bristini going to be in a little bit of trouble here.
550 as well.
Yeah, he's likely a bit frustrated there. Maybe thought he'd influence those a little bit more, but the rest of his team hitting through a broken, that's really the only spot they're going to pop.
While he gets 3 kills. There was one player from UNILAD who was smoking United on the other side, so that's always a bit unfortunate, but a great play out of Pristini. Now we're back on board with him. What is he going to do? Actually, a player to his left as well. He's going to get shot in the back, try to turn and burn on him, and he does.
Oh, Shawnee!
Holy moly, Shawnee, see you later, pal.
Pristini turns and burns. Nice moment from him, but it doesn't matter really in the scheme of this particular hard point because bunker control still going to be the UNILAD. Lead change into their favor with 30 seconds remaining here, but 3 kills come in. eUnited able to break through the front. Wuskin trying to do what he can. He's already found 2. The 3rd, too tall of an order as Arcides makes the play, but there's still a presence here to contest from UNILAD.
Yeah, and why not? You know East Road's up next. Not a big money hill for either team, so why not contest those last 20 seconds? They're going to take the lead as the lead will switch once again. Zed already controlling this cabin side. You love to see that because, you know, for a lot of these guys, it's just about maybe potentially earning streaks, juggling that hill just back and forth, but most importantly, controlling this.
Pristini is winning some gunfights. He has no right winning.
No.
First time turning on Shawnee, that time picking Zed kind of out of that cabin window. He's absolutely on point. 63. 63 is your scoreline. As Felony is making me nauseous with his movement right now at Wood Wall, but the assist does finally come through.
Pristini working with Clay right here. Fellow going on a flank. Still just twisting around. Pristini, he's going to get cut down. Still just a 5-point lead, though. These teams just fighting so tough back and forth on this map so far. Just look at the kills. Nobody's really getting outslayed by a lot. Nobody's having a standout performance. The stats are very similar to the scoreline.
Absolutely. You know, your hyper-aggressive players in Fellow and Pristini and Zed and Alex on the other side leading in engagements and making the plays. But remember the first hard point. What stood out was eUnited streaks. Yep, it was eUnited streaks that really stood out in game 1.
Someone's going to help him.
Can UNILAD get them here? Not going to be able to do it. He's going to drop just shy of it, but I was going to say, thankfully you have Wuskin in the hard point, but yikes. He is destroyed.
Gosh. Yeah, PPSH is pretty good.
Quite strong.
Yes. Quite. Shawnee able to get Clay out of the hill. Alex trying to work middle of the map, and well, that tree is such a pain.
Bye-bye, Auto
Especially
Aim.
when Fellow's just working with back and forth, able to get that kill, but Hill's still contested. It's still just a 3-point game. This is insane. Both these teams just so evenly matched. Another tree, giving another player on UNILAD a hard time.
I thought Pristini was about to turn on somebody again.
They just added those trees. I'm just kidding.
Oh, some new trees.
Yeah, new trees.
That was Clayster with that whole theory, right? Of course, he'd be in this game. Well, eUnited now going to get over that 100-point mark. There's 2 players here for rotation. The 4-man hit, though, coming in now from UNILAD. They try to swarm through the Bell side of the map. So far, so good. Clayster last man up, and Wuskin gets 2 nice ones to secure the early time.
And think about this as well. It was around 80 to 80 when we went to that cave, or 70 to 70. Remember, eUnited got 40 points off the start of cave. So 70 of eUnited's points have come from the cave, only 30 from the rest. But yeah, you said it. What was that?
I just saw the whole kill feed was red.
Okay, so yes, they broke on through.
They found every single kill, and now reaping the rewards as the time continues to come in. Felony now trying to hit in through you. Pristini looking over him. The nades up top. Is there a second to follow it up? Doesn't look to be there, but the PPSH strong enough for Fellow. Another one is going to drop as well as he finds 2. Almost snaps with the pistol,
Pristini
but
and Fellow, man.
not able to finish it.
Both with 21 kills.
Yeah, they've been flying. And, you know, I talked to Pristini on Hot Mic, you know, about the difference between having Fellow here and Silly. You know, he works with him better. He's made him kind of better statistically as a result. Their pacing has been there with the armored change from Airborne for Pristini as well. But you're seeing how strong they can be, and on a map like this, which is tough for subs at times.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for United to extend this lead into something wide because, you know, you have a bunker set up. You have Clay out front. He's starting to get loud. That's 3 dead now. The last player is Alex. He's being a little sneaky. Clay, though, almost snaps onto him. Alex has to go try to run away. But United, there's still 35 seconds left. This would give them an 80-point lead, which is so massive on a map like Arden Forest because of how many hills you can contest.
So far, UNILAD not able to get any kind of presence towards bunker. Not a lot of time left, but you mentioned that basically all the time had come in on that cave hard point. This time, though, eUnited get it done inside a bunker with a very, very solid effort. I mean, UNILAD, regardless of smokes, whatever they invested, just could not get close to the front side of that hard point. There was always somebody next up for the eUnited side.
If you're UNILAD, you would love like a set of streaks right here. I mean,
Yeah,
just try to work a set of streaks so you can win Cave and Ruins, because those are going to be the next two big hills, and they just have not. And, well, that was your closest guy. He was at 3 kills. That was at about 350. We'll see if what can Wuskin do. He's going to find another one. So he's at 450. This is a chance, yeah. He's just going to try and get out. But the pressure's here. He just runs into all 4 red arrows.
Just couldn't get into cabin to the help here from Zed. Arcides gets him right before he gets to safety inside. Arcides and Pristini lighten up the kill feed right now. And they'll start to get some invaluable time inside of East Road. Pristini just inside the smoke, hip firing whatever gun he finds. Just backing them out of it. And this is great time. On a hard point, you don't usually get a lot. They'll get the final, 20 or so seconds there.
Sure, yeah.
Get this closer and closer to victory. Remember,
Pristini was at 500, and you already have his brother at 525, so an opportunity. He's now at 625 to close the game. Here's that pressure. He's able to get a glide bomb. Here we go. This could be the dagger that eUnited needs. Zed and Alex find a couple of kills. The contest is here. The smokes are down. Arcee's just trying to stay alive. Has to help, and there we go. Full streaks for eUnited. And he's going to call the artillery down right away. They want to end it here, get pretty darn close.
The streak have been so lopsided over the course of these 2 hard points. It's do or die time for UNILAD. Remember, this is an elimination match. They're down 2-1. They lose this, they are out. They'd have to mount a ridiculous comeback considering the streaks, the form that eUnited is in. Arcees has 8 kills in a row. Fellow has 3 in a row. Pristini has 3 in a row. A lot of what we saw in that map 1, they're looking to close it out here, and they are close to putting it out of reach, Joe.
Yeah, just taking a look at that UNILAD scoreboard. Again, Wuskin not having the best game. And here we go, rotation on over towards Ruins. Fighter pilot called in. He's going to find 1. He's going to find 2. Can he find a 3rd? Yeah, why not? Everybody off that hill. Shawnee, the last player left inside of you. He's going to find Pristini. At least keep eUnited off of this, but just 12 more seconds needed. Zed and Shawnee do find a couple of kills. RC, though, you know he's got the hot hand, but he's taken down.
He was about to double up on streaks. He was getting darn close to doing it.
Maybe you call the glide bomb here. We'll see what Arcees does. That's 1 dead. And why not? It looks like that's what we're going to go for. But 1 player does go down. Make it 2. So that is not good. This could be a bit of a waste of a streak. But Bristini, he's able to find 1. At least get pushed up to this pillar. I love the way he plays that. The nade comes in from RC. Just 10 seconds needed.
Could be done here. Could be done here. They're pushing him out. Pristini and Fellow, they've been lighting it up throughout the course of the game. They're spawning out bridge. There's not enough time to get there, and there's the final tick as the United get the victory in 3-1 fashion to set up a match with Red Reserve tomorrow.
So top 4 in stage 2 are set. You got United, you got Red Reserve, and in the winner's bracket side, you got TK and you got Rise Nation.
Oh, who's going to take it tomorrow? And you see the emotion right now out of the UNILAD side. It's,
I mean, just
crowd let them know. I mean, great performance from UNILAD, but eUnited just, they've hit that form, man.
And I think you're seeing Wuskin like that because he didn't have the best series, especially games 3 and 4 on a map like Arden Forest. Yeah, just a bad match. It just happens. It happens from time to time. He's been so good for that team all stage long.
And that's, I mean, to have a tough map there as an AR, usually it's not even the other ARs a lot of times. It's those subs that get up in your face, and you saw the performance that was coming out of Pristini and Fellow, just flying, and it makes it so much more difficult, especially if you're a slower paced AR, you like to get to power positions. If they're playing at that speed and you can't get to those strong spots, it's a tough game, and I think that's one of those that Wuskin ran into. I know there are a lot of people that would have liked to see the twins kind of face off in Wuskin and Straps, but that dream will be dead for now. Maybe something we'll see at Champs, but
you have one set of twins sort of a pairing off, one tonight and then one tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I don't know.
But who's the favorite for you now? Who do you think has looked the hottest? Is it Rise? Yeah.
I will say I was impressed by TK today. I thought they played exceptionally well, but it's so hard to go against Rise. Like, they looked like what we expected. And I think even today, you didn't see the best TJ like we saw yesterday. So if TJ shows up tomorrow, they could have the three-peat.
Well, eUnited, a team that's showing they may have what it takes to take it the entire way. We've got their leader, the one, the only Clayster in your PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thanks, Clint. So it was a tough loss earlier to Rise, and you clearly did not let that affect you here in this match at all. How important is it to be able to put those tough losses just out of your mind?
You know, it shows character. It's something that we've been working on ever since this team formed, is bouncing back in losers after we win in winners. And we're still disappointed with today, obviously because of that Rise loss. We wanted to be in the winners finals going into tomorrow. But first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to UNILAD. Those 4 players, like, nobody expected them to do this, to even make it to playoffs. They went off 10-4 in the division, had a really good, first round that didn't go their way, and then they ended up getting 5th, 6th. But those guys are nasty, and with time, they're going to get so much better, and I just want to say props to them.
That's really fantastic to hear. Yeah, I like that. Everyone, give them a round of applause. That's really heartwarming to hear things like that. So before this match, I was talking to you and a couple of your teammates, and they were saying how well eUnited matches up against UNILAD, even just to the point that Fellow was able to specifically call it. He said, I think we'll either take this 3-1 or 3-0. Why are you such a good match against UNILAD?
Well, their X factor is Alex. He's the player that if you let him just run rampant, then he's just going to run all over you. And we kind of experienced that the first time we played him in the league when they beat us. I think he got a 4-piece where I was the first and last kill. But we just knew going into the series versus them that if we just kind of shut him down and focus on like double teaming him every time we know where he's at, not letting him be all up in our face, we knew we'd be able to take it. And Preston absolutely fried that series. And then towards that last map, Alec went off and it was just shutting him down, and that's all we did.
All right, well, finally, you'll be facing Red Reserve tomorrow, and a lot of people are kind of favoring Red to win. What is eUnited going to bring to prove that you guys are here and you can do this?
Well, I think the only time this team has played Red was when we played them at Anaheim in pool play, and it was actually a 3-1 in their favor, but I believe we choked 2 of the maps. So I think this series against Red tomorrow is it's going to be interesting because they play a literal complete opposite play style than we do, and so it's going to be tough to see how we match up against them, but we're going to go home, watch some film, watch some VODs, hopefully come out here and know exactly what they're going to do.
All right, that sounds like a great plan. Thank you so much for the interview. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction, and back over to Rich at the desk.
Yeah, you heard it from Clayster himself. I think we definitely do need to give some props to UNILAD. Very, very well fought. But hey, look, now it's going to be eUnited moving on forward. We're going to recap that series a little bit, but then really start to get into what this Grand Finals championship bracket is going to look like for our Stage 2 playoffs. But in this series, Chance, what was really the story in your mind?
This was the first time a series kind of went as like expected, right? You saw the stats before the game. eUnited in the respawns, 5-1 record against UNILAD, and then they haven't won a single search. What happens in the game? They win all three respawns, and then they lose the search. So I think for UNILAD, the kind of scenario is, at least in the United matchup, where you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to figure things out, maybe reevaluate some pick and bans, but obviously top 6, it's going to be disappointing for any of the 8 teams that are here to get that top 6 placing. But from where these guys started from, 2 of them not even in the league last season, you get top 6 at playoffs, you're going into champs, you're making a lot of money. Like, it's not fun, but I think in 2 months' time, they'll be happy with what they've accomplished.
I mean, even UNILAD headed into champs. I mean, this is a team that we really do need to be thinking about, Ant.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I picked them as my dark horse to win the tournament. I was all UNILAD, all for them. They were playing amazing in their league, and they played amazing here as well. I mean, there were a couple things that they did wrong that ultimately lost them 2 series, but they take out Optic Gaming, who was one of the top dogs going into this. So UNILAD need to hold their head up high. They need to figure out what they did wrong and improve going into champs, but they have one more chance to make that run.
And you talk about them doing kind of like wild things. Like that first hard point, props to United as well. Forsini dropped like 45, 46 kills, but they called in like 3 artilleries, 2 fighter pilots, a couple dive bombs. and UNILAD like kept fighting through it, and it seemed to like kind of neutralize like the beast of what that team can be. So they pull off insane stuff. They're great to watch. We expect good things going forward, but obviously eUnited top 4. Congrats to them as well.
Yeah, with all that said and done, we do have those top teams right now. We are ready for Championship Sunday. We're going to pick apart a few of these matchups right now. The first one has to be eUnited versus Red Reserve that we actually talk about here. And you know, I feel like with eUnited, we've said it so many times, they were kind of a wild card for us. They could have either come out and looked absolutely terrible, or they're going to come out and look like the best league. They have pretty much completely convinced me that they have hit their final form, that consistency probably isn't going to be as much of a problem for them at all. I think they look phenomenal, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was the thing with United all season long. It was those clutch moments. And we talked to Kaliber about it, and he said the issue with them before was when they get down to that clutch moment, they would always lose it. It was like a 10 out of 10 chance, and they had that feeling. And then all of a sudden, they start winning those clutch moments. They get that confidence, and we see them closing out games in the final moments now. And it's honestly, that's what's propelled them forward, in my opinion, especially in the hard points. When it gets down to 200, 200, being able to close it out and win, it does a lot for your confidence and for the series.
I want to know what you really think it is. Personally, right now, I honestly feel like Fellow is just such a good addition to this roster. Well, yeah, but like, look at what actually made them start to play. Like, Alec, Arcades has been consistent throughout pretty much the entire season. Absolute goat. Then you look, and Fellow comes in, Pristini starts frying, and now Clay's just taking over the map as well. Like, there's no weak spot.
No weak spot in terms of individual talent, but I'm with Nameless. I think it's just they've had problems closing out games, and like, look at what they did in that CTF. You got a flag lead on Forest. They're setting up for relay caps to run up the score as high as possible. They're trying to put UNILAD into the ground. They don't turtle up in their base. They don't play safe. They say, we're getting as many caps as possible. We're going to kill your vibe going to the next hard point. They're trying to run teams over. They don't get a lead. They don't play safe. They run teams over, or at least that's going to be the goal. And obviously against UNILAD, it was successful.
So a big thing with their competition, Red Reserve, was we were kind of saying, okay, Zero in particular, he's one of these players, when he's firing on all cylinders, this is when Red Reserve looks just out of control, nasty. And right now, he is our Astro Gaming speculation for MVP for this entire tournament. He is in MVP form now for sure, Nameless.
I mean, look at his stats. It doesn't even reflect it, but the plays he's making are insane. At the end of this map right here, the play he makes, to me, it's the best play of the entire day. Like, getting that three-piece to close out this game, especially against Faze Clan, is so impressive. He makes that long flank a high intellectual play, and he wins all his gunfights as well. So it's something that not many players can do, and he does it in a spectacular fashion to win this map.
This is going to be such a great series. I am so ready for this series. I wish we could just wake up and have it be Sunday already.
It's worth pointing out as well. Obviously, Zero played phenomenally. He's going to need to do that tomorrow, but Rise Nation beat both these teams, right? Like, so far, Rise Nation is taking out every single last competitor, and then they got TK tomorrow, right, on the winner's side of things. And if Rise Nation gets that victory, then they've beat all of the top teams in the world, and that is the ultimate way to solidify and be like, we are the best.
And no one's beating them back to back. So if you're anybody in this tournament, if you're Red or you're eUnited and you're thinking about winning this tournament, you want Rise to lose in that winner's final, because you're not taking 2 series off of them, especially when they've already beaten you.
Honestly, I look at this team right now, and I'm thinking 4P.
4P?
I think they just go on an absolute tear. I feel like
maybe.
They got to get the third first. They got to get past TK, because, like, to give TK some love, how good have they been? Like, we've been talking about their hard points good, but then, like, their S&D, it feels like for the players that they have, they finally hit their form. Kenny Farrow's been disturbingly good. He was an MVP candidate as well.
Sure.
So they have stepped it up. They have fixed what mistakes you might even attribute that they had. And even if that, there weren't really many. It was just closing out some S&D games. They had problems in round 11, problems in game 5. So TK might be here as well. I don't think that's a clear-cut matchup at all tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Fair, but I think you can see I'm already starting to think about champs just a little bit. And you know what? We want to ask you what you guys actually thought about champs. Headed into champs right now, we actually using that hashtag CWL PS4. What should Optic focus on for champs? This is coming in from monkey_CWL. Hashtag CWL PS4. They absolutely have to fix their S&D.
100%.
Facts. They need to work together and stop challenging one by one. Is that what they need to fix, Nameless?
Absolutely. They definitely need to start working together and stop challenging one by one. He kind of hit it on the nail right there. You got to get together. You got to play your numbers. You got to play trades. You have the gun skill on that team to go toe-to-toe with anybody. You need to push together and trade out to win rounds.
I don't even want to say, like, challenging. Just situational awareness and, like, general. Like, Octane letting Reap plays slip through, like the only option you have for a play. It's not that that was like a 1v1 gunfight, like challenging the wrong thing. It's just they don't have S&D situational awareness. They need to grind S&D tournaments. As a team, as individuals, they need to do everything for Search.
We can hear from Llewellyn MC. I think that's how you say that. Teamwork. They challenge gunfights that are more for a highlight reel than progress on a map. They need to refocus on objective play and less on stats.
I mean, I don't know if they're particularly playing for stats. This is a team that wants to win a championship. It may seem like that just because they haven't been able to put it together yet, but what Chance said is absolutely correct. It's situational plays that they haven't been putting together and fixing, and they need to get better at it.
This is from PQ Ensel. It's unbelievable that a team of Octane, Method, Scump, and Crim get to Op 8 at playoffs. Team needs to improve everything, most importantly S&D. Yeah, I think you kind of hit it on the head, right? I mean, the question was like, what do they need to focus? And you kind of get in that final one from Pencil that it's like, okay, they do need to focus on S&D. No doubt there. No doubt there at all. But I think the sentiment of that tweet is probably the most important right now, to actually just be like a little bit dumbfounded. Like, wait, Optic hasn't won an event yet this year. They end up changing their roster. That roster might not see an entire
We just need
victory.
to accept it. We need to accept that they're just like any other team. They're 4 players. They're 4 human beings. And just because the Optic Gaming name is on it, they need to improve still. You know, you make a roster change, you got to get better. You're obviously not going to be the best overnight. They have time to do it, and they have the right players. They just got to fix a little bit issues, and they can make a run at champs.
That's the thing. The only way that they are going to win an event on this title is if they pull down champs. But we need to take a look at the teams that are still in this, because we have an absolute banger for a championship Sunday tomorrow. It's starting off with Red Reserve versus eUnited, then Team Kaliber versus Rise Nation. Folks, you don't want to miss it. Today has already been absolutely insane. We started with those top 8 teams, only 4 going to remain, but after tomorrow, we are going to find out who the #1 team is from Stage 2. Stage 2 playoffs will come to an end tomorrow, and we will figure out who is going to take the King's share of that $500,000 prize pool. It's the last chance to pull down a major victory before champs. Who is going to take it? Find out tomorrow.